It's the final. Emmaus College from Rockhampton, St Brenda's from Yeppoon. They will lock horns here in a decider, and Michael Crutcher, if it's anything like the Bob Linder final, we are in for an absolute crackerjack game of rugby league. Welcome, sir, and well, what a final we've got on our hands.
Yeah, we have finals day here, and the girls' Shield final yesterday. They have all been fantastic matches. The girls' final yesterday, the Cathedral College defeating St Pat's Mackay by 4 points with a late try. That one there we just saw for the Bob Linder Trophy. And here we go now, the Confraternity Shield final. So this will be the 42nd Shield decided. Of course, a 43rd Carnival. We didn't get to a grand final in 2021 courtesy of COVID. The 42nd one today, and we've got neighbouring teams playing in a grand final for only the fourth time. So in 1984, Clairvaux, MacKillop and Padua played a game that went to beyond extra time and went to a count back. 2005, Padua beat Clairvaux in a game that was decided again with a late try, and in 2014 St Brenda's defeated the Cathedral College. That was an all Rocky showdown, and this an all Central Queensland showdown between St Brenda's College Yeppoon going for their 14th Confraternity Shield title, and Emmaus College Rockhampton going for their first.
That's the boys from St Brendan's in the huddle. They've been here before. As Michael Crutcher has mentioned, both sides coming out being nice to each other right now, but for the next 35-minute halves?
30-minute halves,
with time off.
Time off. These two teams played in the Dolphins Cup only recently. Emmaus College Rockhampton won that match in the final minutes with a late try. They've been the two best teams this week. They've been undefeated this week. Emmaus College Rockhampton put teams on notice early when they defeated Ignatius Park College in the pool rounds. St Brendan's have come through this in really good shape. So we get the two best teams in Confro 2023. And it's been one of the most open confraternity carnivals for many years, according to coaches and others who've seen a lot of this tournament over time. So we've got a heck of a final coming up, and it's the only game that's on now. The crowd's big, should be fun.
We're underway. Referee Taylor Ball gets us started. Confraternity 2023 grand final here, live from the St Lawrence's Colleges here at Runcorn. Touch judges today are Baden Sawyers and Hamish Clean. So congratulations, and straight away in there are some Brendans forced you off the error, and Emmaus, well, they'll have to defend now on their 35-metre line.
Yeah, they will, but the defence has been the hallmark of what Emmaus has done at this carnival so far. They held Ignatius Park College to 0 in the pool game, and yesterday they kept St Patrick's Mackay to one try, that try coming in the last 2 minutes. So their defence has been something else in this carnival so far. It'll be tested today.
So Brewer, ball at the ankles, good stepping run here from Tyrrell. I'm a bit nervous, Michael. They'll be used to it by now. You see Marsh at dummy half. Pearce, good charge from Pearce. Cut down 15 out from the try line. Dummy half again is Marsh. Finds the other prop forward in Brunker, and Brunker drives the legs. Tackled there by Carpenter. He's a metre short of the try line. Loses the footy. The referee's going to award a penalty here to St Brendan's. Do you take the two, especially when it's right in front? They're going to take a tap restart. It'll be interesting to see what they want to do. No, they're going to send it forward at the line there. It's with Blake Field. Stands underneath the crossbar as Field. Marker defence is good here, and it's going to be a shot put on there on Marsh. Again, another forward has to go with Pearce. Referee ball right on the mark. They come to this right-hand side. Buddy's in motion, try in the corner. Referee's going to say it's an obstruction.
The obstruction call from the referee on that occasion. His touch judge was right with him on that call as well. So early relief for Emmaus Rockhampton. If you want to know about these schools, they're both part of Confraternity history, both in this since the 1980s, and both with Confra graduates who are in the current Origin squad. Of course, Emmaus Rockhampton, Cameron Munster's old school, he played Confra, and St Brendan's Yeppoon, Ben Hunt in the squad, and Harry Grant both wore this green and gold in Confra.
Mealing with a big carry. They just keep coming here, the Emmaus. I could see they were offside. I saw a referee ball look to the left-hand side, and you just waited to see what was going to happen here. And Turumia gets up to find a penalty in the favour of Emmaus College, and this has been driven deep. It's been touched, so it might be a play the ball. Or did it go out before it got there? It will be a play the ball, so markers will come into play here from St Brendan's.
And on our Facebook page, if you're watching our stream, let us know where you're watching this final from.
Big fella, Turumia. So all of a sudden we're at the other end of the park. Walker. Ugly stuff here of Hone will grab the footy, and Hone will try to get through there. He's grabbed and ball and all tackled there by Weibel. 8 out from the try line. Barnes goes without it, unfortunately. There does Hooper. He has to dive on it, so lost some yardage at 20 metres out from the try line now are Emmaus. The Rockhampton boys looking for a way through the Yeppoon defence. Lepetti, 10 out. Barnes again, they go to the right-hand side. They've got numbers out there. Goes back to the way the footy came there. There's Walker trying to weave his way through there, and he's going to play it 5 out. Dart from dummy half from the hooker there, and Barnes is going to lose the footy, or is a changeover, one or the other. So Brendan's will have the ball in hand 99 metres out from the other end of the field.
Yeah, just get the feel they're just sorting each other out. These teams, is there some heavy defence already from Emmaus? You just get the feel they're sorting themselves out. 30 minutes each way, time off. Their 6th game this week. So fatigue, as we say, it's always such a key in this carnival, particularly so in this game. Emmaus have got their 21 players available for this. Each school can have 21 players this week. They've got their 21. St Brendan's down to 20 because their number 13, Simon Green, who played exceptionally well yesterday against Marymount, played half of that game with a broken shoulder.
What?
So cannot play today. An X-ray last night revealing the courage of the number 13.
Clearly he shouldn't have gone to hospital. He'd be playing today. Kick here that's been played on. It'll be... We'll play the whistle. Still the last. Wasn't played at. Pops the ball back in. Still the last. Keeping it alive. Razzle dazzle. Still the last. Puts it on the toe eventually. There was Tapua Bon. So just need to play the whistle, gentlemen. Not too sure what was going on.
Yeah, just a couple of clunky ends to sets so far, but you imagine these teams.
Durkin.
That's a good run straight away, but these teams, it's also a matter of who really gets their head around this occasion. This is a really big crowd here today. The legend of the Confraternity Shield is growing every year. Teams want to win this game.
Torima. It was a different crowd. Last year we were in Mackay. We had the grandstand there at BB Prince Stadium. Here we've got people circled 10 deep all the way around. And we've got the best seat in the house, apart from the referee, of course, Bob.
As long as the scaffolding holds, John, we'll be fine.
Yeah, well...
It's held all week so far, so let's...
I wouldn't worry about it, Toto. We're fine. So we're going to play down and backfield. So Michael mentioned, clock does stop.
We've got some people watching from New Zealand. Thanks for the shout-out. And Tasmania. Also a shout-out to Diesel Brunker and Tommy Green. Absolute guns from Emerald. We're told... We've seen both of those players were very good in yesterday's semi-final win.
So you play with Claret, and we'll have a replacement player coming on for St Brendan's in Hill. So our clock on screen will keep going, and that's an approximate. Scoreboard clock will be different as referee will stop time as we have in this format of the game. And so we see Emmaus now. Still driving with the legs, not called held. That's more like it. Do play the whistle. Last tackle, slow play the ball from Turumia. Prop forward, combine the back line, try time and a chance, and he scored in the corner. It's up to the touch judge, and the referee ball looks at the touch in. He'll award the try, and Emmaus will come up with the first points of this final.
Yeah, what a strong start from Emmaus. We said the attack had been a little bit clunky up until now. This time, on the last tackle, a set disrupted by an injury, they're able to bring the ball around to the left. And there's just a bit of speed here, just pure speed to get around a man. And the try in the left corner for Emmaus College Rockhampton to get them on the board in this match.
So the try scored by the number 5 there for Emmaus College, and Slade Meekin, I should say.
Yeah, Clancy Hone just able to get a bit of speed with his halves partners to try and get some space there. And now conversion from the sideline, and there's plenty of people right behind the kick as we get set. Isaac Walker gives it a good strike, but waved away.
You'll have to look at this. As Michael Crutch said, there was a delay because of injury. They were able to reset. Just bodies in motion, too many numbers. Thought he was going to go all the way there, but a good wingers try in the end there by Slade McMicken.
We really saw Marymount yesterday try to test that St Brendan's edge. Marymount thought that they did compress their defence, and if they could use some of their men to get around, they scored one try doing that. They didn't execute it as well as they wanted to. That time there, just a bit of speed from Hone. Ooh. And they managed to finish it off in the corner for a 4-0 lead.
So conversion unsuccessful.
With Jeremiah, a St Brendan senior of 2010, he's watching from Port Moresby at the moment. The school with a great...
Oh, 1-on-1 strip. Hold the phone here, Michael, as we see Hines with the footy. We'll take the tackle there of Smallwood on the 20-metre line. Harrison Hill. Meelan grabs him. Marsh is a dummy half. Compressed defence here from Emmaus. The half back trying to get through there. Somersaulted over onto his back here, but gets to his feet nice and quickly. Pierce. Referee says held up, the big unit. I don't know how you can hold up a man that size, to be honest.
His teammates sold it beautifully that he got the ball down, but the referee wasn't so convinced. This is a real test here for this Emmaus defensive wall.
Referee ball right on the mark. It's a good tackle there from
tackle here.
Hooper. Dart from dummy half from the hooker. Referee will say that'll be a changeover, so a good end of the set of 6 there for St Brendan's. A try would have been better, but Marsh trying to get across the chalk.
Yeah, we mentioned the defensive intensity of Emmaus this week. Tested there, Braylon Marsh, the son of PJ Marsh, the former Origin utility at number 9 for St Brendan's, and also Carter Ford, the son of Carl Webb, as an offside penalty comes in here. So Carter Ford, you'll see him, the big guy in the 18 jersey for St Brendan's, the son of Carl Webb, the inspirational former Maroons prop, who's really taking on motor neurone disease at the moment.
I fear for motor neuron disease. If you want to take on Carl Webb, you want to be on your game.
And what it's just unfortunate player just slipping there as well.
Yeah, and as we said time and time again, it's out of the hands of the referee. If you make any contact with the footy, whether it's on purpose or not, the grey area's been removed. That's a penalty every day of the week. So Emmaus will try to Slade McMeekin. They've got another chance to throw some more points on the board. Hooper. Takes the tackle there of Tapua Bond. Running with some venomous Adams. They got 4 men on the blind side. They come this way to the blind side. Short ball, trying to crash across the line there is Smallwood. Got to play down and back. Play, I don't know what happened there. It was
He's just coming out of one of those tackles before. The teams that have played Emmaus Rockhampton this week, I mean, you know, previously you'd come to Confraternity Carnival and you really wouldn't see teams that weren't in your geographic area until you got to Confra. But now A lot of these schoolboy games are streamed. Teams can have a look at them and do video and get an idea, but still try to line up some of that form from Central Queensland to North Queensland back down to Southern Queensland has been difficult. So this week is a chance to really have a close look at it. Most of the feedback coming from the teams that have played Emmaus Rocky has been their 1, 6, 7, 9 have a real connection. They seem to know each other really well. They've played together before previously, and if you want to beat Emmaus Rocky, you have to work out a way to defuse the 1, 6, 7 and 9, and 3 of those play for Rockhampton Tigers, so they play club as well as school.
Riddell Tyrell comes to the sideline, looks like one of a split lip. Mealand, last tackle now here for Emmaus College from Rockhampton. They go to the right-hand side. Compressed defence here from St Brendan's. Oh, he was all money. He was over there, Peckover, but, well, St Brendan's back there, compressed defence. Showed him the sideline. And unfortunately for Hayden Peckover, he grasses the Steeden.
Yeah, we mentioned some of the NRL connections through the Brendan's team. No NRL connections through the Emmaus team. This is a team, lots of local kids, coached by Mitch Smith, who played Confro for Emmaus Rockhampton in 2003, 2004. Now he's got perhaps the team with the best chance to win Emmaus' first ever Confraternity Shield.
Marsh from dummy half yard.
And of course, St Brendan's, coached by veteran NRL outside back Scott Minto, who's done a great job. This is his 3rd Confro as Brendan's coach, and he's done a really good job with this team.
And hasn't he aged? Just saying. Probably because of coaching. He's half a bust here from Harrison Hill. Gets within 12 now here for St Brendan's. It's the last tackle. They go to the left. Oh, show and go here. He's going to have to do something that throws a pass in the end there. It's going to be picked up here now by Emmaus, and they'll run it sideways. The tackle there coming through is Harrison Hill.
No penalty.
No penalties, you can hear. That's good advice. They don't want to give away free yardage in this final.
No, they don't. You can imagine with this clock being off as well, you know, this is a game you can settle into over here. And I think once you get the excitement of the occasion out of the way, let that occasion go, get back to the game and just play it as you see it.
Walker kicking. I think they said he's looking for a 40-20. Chase has come through. Good pick up there by Walker. Come back into the field of play. 10 metres in from the far side. You can see the foul. Oh, knocked it on. You can see the hundreds of people on the far side. They're all 4 sides. Players there, so the penalty's going to go from a report from the touch judge. The referee ball has decided to give the penalty to St Brendan's.
Yeah, so Banjo Walker involved in that play from Clermont. Emerald boys out there as well for Brendan. So given the boarding element of St Brendan's, brings guys near and far. That great history of a school that has produced so many fine rugby league players. Someone else watching from PNG. Thanks for letting us know where you're watching from.
Good carry there from Carter Ford. Relation, I'm guessing, perhaps, although Ford is a common name. We'll come back to that now with Brunker. Brunker, I'll tell you what, I'm sure he is modelled on the engine or Energizer. Bunny! Marsh from dummy half almost gets across here. The marker defence wasn't quite ready. Penalty for a high shot. Do you take the 2? I know they're down by 4-0.
Diesel Brunker, the 8 from Emerald, pound for pound.
Yeah.
One of the best props here this week. Nothing much of him, but gee, he has some impact.
Oberhart. Oberhart held, says a referee. Go back and play it. Marsh at dummy half. Steps off the left and the right, trying to get through there as Carter Ford. Marsh thought the markers might come up too early. Ball out, the intercept here! You can see for all money! Emmaus College! Head down, away goes as Peckover, and Peckover has been cut down and cover defence here from St Brendan's. Going on with it, you'd have to think there's a penalty, and there is.
Well, what about that? There was action everywhere there, the intercept, but how about the cover from Brendan's? 3 of them racing across.
Just wonder if Peckover doesn't take that, Michael Crutcher, St Brendan's in the corner.
They were looking very threatening out
Weren't
there.
they?
But gee, the cover was swift. I tell you, if we have a 100-metre sprint out here, I want Shares and Banjo Walker. He was like lightning across that turf.
So a penalty. Here they come now, all of a sudden at the other end of the park. Slow play the ball, but Emmaus just wanting to complete their set here is with the Petty. The Petty's close. Might be held up, and he is. So the Petty wasn't just close, he was over the line. So he's got to go back 10 metres. He's another little nuggety chap. Pound for pound, the Petty.
If these guys haven't had enough contact this week, they're just ready for more.
Barclay. Whoa. Thought he was going to get further than that, Barclay, and then realised St Brendan's had other ideas. Sweeping play out the back here is with Hone. Throws it back inside. It's been picked up by St Brendan's.
Yeah, again trying to attack those edges there. Ran out of room that time, but similar move to the first try. As you see Carter Forby said, the son of Carl Webb, and doesn't he run with some intent when he gets the ball?
Peckover runs it down to the corner, and now St Brendan's have got the footy.
Who else? Diesel Brunker. Bashing off bodies.
He's just a machine. Oberhart now. Marsh at dummy half. Halfway line's just in front. Hands out in front here for Carter Ford to take a carry. His second one this set of 6. Last tackle says referee ball. 8 metres inside Emmaus territory. They're going to run it. Oh, pass is too hard. Takes it in the end there. Just Mahoney turns it back inside here, and it's going to go into touch and change over. Mahoney, I think I recall, did score a try for St Brendan's.
Yeah, he had damaging runs yesterday for Brendan's and caused Marymount some concerns in their defence. And we see when they get on a roll there's some speed with those halves when they get running there. The pass eventually sticks for Marnie in that set. So again, Emmaus taking the ball out.
So St Brendan's want to give away a penalty or leaving one.
Discipline, boys!
Try score there, and McMeekin into the blind side. No real way through that way. He's been shoveled into the turf. So penalty's going to go against the 14 and Mateo Tapilbon. So no penalties. Referee Ball saying no. It's having a good game actually, referee Ball.
Yeah,
very impressed.
Officiating's been really good here this week, as it is all the time. These referees, some of them giving up a lot of time here during a working week for a lot of people. Also some very good younger referees, but it's been first class all week. And some shout outs as well. We've got Kate watching from the Laurie Spina Carnival in Townsville, and Collie on Bardu Island watching. Thanks for tuning in. People all over the place.
They're really rubbing it in, these island people, aren't they? Here we are freezing. They're saying they're watching the footy on an island. Please. Turamia. Good luck to you, I say. 25 out from the try line of Emmaus. He's that man again. He's just a ball of muscles. The Petty scored. Well, he went over the line, held up before. So Brendan's just hanging on. Barclay will get up. Kick in the goal. It's been touched by some Brendan's player. And that should be a line dropout, and it will be. Good pressure there from...
Yeah, it's just a scramble of bodies over in that corner there. Banjo Walker in the end putting himself on the line to reel that in as the Emmaus chasers came through. It's a hit, but he gets back up to go again here. We've got the sun shining directly on the ground clock here, but it's just ticked under 10 minutes. If my eyes can pick that correctly, I would not want to bet on it though.
Turamia. He's been strong. He hasn't had a break yet, the big fella.
Yeah, Tuffy Turamia. He's been good for good for Emmaus all week, Tuffy Turamia, and
he's another number 13 is Barclay. We've seen him all carnival. The back row is just doing as they please. Turamia wants to catch that first. I was going to say make a few more metres, but loses the pill. Bit of fatigue.
There's some of those fatigue moments. Tuffy Tarima, we mentioned he'd been one of their significant forwards this week. We saw him running in before Takata Ford and Diesel Brunker, which is always a tough carry for anyone, let alone he carried it there with some force. So Brendan's get a chance here. Just under 10 minutes to go in this first half. They're down 4-0. We've seen they've got some speed. See if they can get clear.
Lose the footy. Play on.
Yeah, that ball was a loose carry, right to play on there.
Yeah, unfortunately there from Matteo Tapubon. Comes over there, so they've got 6 more, and they throw this man Lepetti again at the line, and he doesn't mind any bit of it. Harris at dummy half. Tarima hangs on to the footy this time. 10 out from the try line. Dummy half is Harris. Goes within 2 metres of the try line. Come to this broadcast side. Going back the other way is Finn Smallwood, try scorer yesterday. Sweeping play to the right hand side, but Walker wants to go back the other way. There's no way through there. It's the last tackle now for Emmaus College. Hone kicks, waiting for the breeze to come into play. Who touched that? The referee's going to say St Brendan's.
It's a dropout by St Brendan's here, so the ball just coming off. 2 good kicks there from Emmaus College. They had a restart from one into the right corner. This time they're heading to the left corner to get the second restart. So really putting the Brendan's defence under pressure here. Shout out for people watching from Port Hedland in Western Australia. And also Karen watching on a Qantas to flight to Brisbane. Watching said the Wi-Fi's working up in the sky.
How about that? There you go. Lachlan Hooper. Lepetti again. How many wee-picks has Lepetti had? Still going on day 4 with carries like that. Inspirational stuff. It's been knocked down. There'll be a knock on. He hasn't heard the whistle. Everybody's cheering him on. Very unkind. Very unkind to make him go all that way.
If that was you or I, we'd be off for the rest of the game. After a run like that, that'd be it.
Call for the defibrillator. In fact, he actually got the footy, but he knocked it down. And so Emmaus will get another.
We've got Mitch, an Emmaus 2021 Confro graduate watching from Rocky, and also from Hawke's Bay. Great country in New Zealand. So Confro's going everywhere right now for this decider. We said the 42nd ever Confraternity Shield final. Emmaus looking for their first ever win. 4 points up and a full set of 6 coming up.
Not too sure what the issue there is. So 4-0. Carpenter. Outside defence here from St Brendan's comes up, cuts that play down there before Clancy Hone. Got a St Brendan's player down. We'll stop the clock for that.
Executives, if you could head to the Quizzle office.
Yeah, Banjo
Walker, yeah.
Walker getting in there. He's had a couple of bumps in this game. This whole Brendan squad has been so tough in this tournament, as has Emmaus. I mean, what they put their bodies through here over these days, we say this is something that they work up for a long time. For the guys that have played before, they take so much out of it if they come back for a second or third Confro. For the guys who are first time, it can be a real eye-opener as you play game after game. But they get to these finals and they're playing with their schoolmates. Guys they've known for so long, many of them, and no one wants to let anyone down, and the spirit that they show is something else.
So Emmaus College again threatening St Brendan's line. Mealand. Clapping for the footy is Isaac Walker. Turns it back in. That's going to be a knock on. Just pushing the passes, aren't they, Emmaus?
Yeah, that's a pressure release for Brendan's there. Just had wave after wave on their line. 5 minutes to go in this first half. They get a chance now to try to bring this out of their own territories. We just see the replay. This is that step and just the pass push there.
And that push pass is a credit to St Brendan's defence, Michael. They've held firm. They've big bodies been thrown at their line, and they've been able to repel the sky blue onslaught. Oberhart didn't like the way he was tackled. Penalty.
Yeah, didn't retire the 10 metres at that time, so a good chance for St Brendan's. They wanted that penalty. They want to get to the other end of the field again with 4.5 minutes to go in this first half.
Free ball gives St Brendan's the penalty to take them to the 40-metre line. Such is this contest. We go end-to-end stuff. Would not surprise if St Brendan's, with all that defence, end up putting points on the board.
A shout out to the Cathedral College girls winning team. They're watching this game on the bus on the way back to Rocky after their fantastic win yesterday. So congratulations to the Titans yesterday.
Running with purpose there was Lachlan Hooper. Walker. Still trying to get through there, Walker, but there's a couple of gentlemen say no way. Parr finds a big unit in Pierce. Kick into the in goal area. Ooh, that's going to be a 20-metre restart. A little bit worried about those kids just behind the line there, because full of running, they might get cleaned up. Yeah,
Banjo Walker just putting the ball on the toe there. He's a dangerous player, Walker, and one of several players in this game who you think just got some big move in him for that. He put the ball on the toe. Tough in goals here, they're not big, and that ball just going over.
So Emmaus, well, with that 4-point lead, just trying to wind down this final 3 minutes without conceding any points.
Shout out to Nick Gribble, who's watching in Rocky. He went to St Brendan's, his son went to Emmaus. So hopefully
how you doing?
Hopefully they're nice to each other.
How you doing in that little exchange on the couch? Good carry here. Jeez. There's been some aggressive ball running and tackling. Meerland, the big fella. Meerland driving towards the... And it's a penalty. He's going to get it for a high shot.
Yeah, Carter Ford, just that tackle just slipped up a bit to give Emmaus a full set here. 2 minutes to go in this half. So just a tick over 2 minutes to go till half time. A really important part of the match here. We've seen other finals today that have been decided by late tries in halves.
Here's your question for you. Do you take the 2 here?
No, I'd keep playing here if I was Emmaus. They've really tested the Brendan's defence over this last bit. I think if you're Brendan's, you'd probably say, yeah, we'll give the 2 up and we'll chase you back. If you're Emmaus, I'd keep playing here, just see what you can do to a defence that's done a lot of work.
Exactly what they're going to do. Zachary Adams, it's an underball here and finds the shoulder of a couple of defenders. Lock forward, Barclay. Barnes is a dummy half. Clapping for the footy, gets to Walker. Sweeping play out. There's going to be a St Brendan's player in the way here, so...
Yeah, turnover, a minute 15 left in this half, so Brendan's get the ball to bring it out from their own half. And
well, foremost, they just want to complete their set. Whether they score any points or not, the last thing they want to do is give the ball back to Emmaus. So it'll just be one-out stuff, you'd imagine. See that pass from dummy half from the halfback in Tommy Green. Again, just one-out stuff. This time it's Harrison Hill. Gets to the 40. Well, shapes the kick, allowed to run. Gets across the halfway line before Bailey Meerland puts a shot on. Slowly get to his feet there. He's got a shoulder problem, that player. Kick's been put on. So Carpenter, he's in his own in-goal area and then gets underneath a
We're now into we're into the last minute now, so the sun is right on the clock here. Sometimes it's difficult to see exactly what's happening, but now we are definitely 45 seconds left in the half and a penalty to Emmaus.
McMeekin, the try scorer. Got to find touch. No, more concerned that it mightn't go out, so clever play.
Yeah, 30 seconds on the clock here, so Emmaus gets a chance to keep the ball in hand if they can till half-time.
They don't want to cough up possession. No way through there. Tackle there is Tommy Green. Along with Tamoy. Come to this blind side. Grab a kick here. It's going to be dived on there by Tapua Bond. And that's half-time, and as you'd expected, a razzle-dazzle final. Emmaus College with a solo try in the first half, lead 4 points to nil. 30 minutes of end-to-end footy. Defence has been key from both sides.
We thought this game would be close, and we hoped it would be close because it's been such a good carnival. It deserved a close finish, and 4-0 to Emmaus Rockhampton at half-time. So much to play for in the second half. As we said, St Brendan's have won 13 Confraternity Shields. No other school has won 13. They haven't won since 2015. Emmaus seeking its first. As we look at the try from the first half, the only try, we mentioned just the gap, Hone getting around his man with enough speed to get into the corner for Slade McMeekin to score the only try of the first half. Tries have been at a premium. Both teams have had chances. Their defences
to the field for what has been a game of chicken, if you will, between two sides. Not giving any quarter, just the one try in the first half, and that was to Slade McMeekin. Plenty of try. Hayden Peckover makes a break down the sideline. There's been some big ball carries to the line. We see some inspirational stuff here from Lepetti. And then on the other side of the ledger, Diesel Brunker. We've got a few more viewers from around the world, some extraordinary places watching this Central Queensland University-sponsored Confro final.
Yeah, we've got shout-outs from a Brendan's old boy watching from overseas. Also from in the car on the way back to Mackay from Confro.
So that man, Brunker, not shying away from any responsibility. He has the first carry. Good shot coming in there from Josh Nyland. Good run there. Might be Jake Oberhart. So Brendan's full of running straight after the break. Forward. Muscle to the ground there by Nyland. Last tackle now. Good set of 6 here from St Brendan's. Green puts a kick in. It's been touched. Everybody's on side. And St Brendan's now will defend as Emmaus will play it on their 10-metre line.
Yeah, good start to the half by Brendan's, and a handy deflection there as well from that kick just to help Emmaus field that as they're pushed back here.
So they'll just try and get to the kick. As we mentioned, 30-minute half, so they can just get themselves back into the grind after Oranges. Just work their way up the field and get to a kick. It's all about set for set, 30-minute halves. There is stoppages here for this Confro 23 final. As I said, brought to you by Central Queensland University. Thank you for their sponsorship and support of this wonderful carnival. They get to the kick. Midfield, Gario and bomb into the sun. Knocks it back, says the referee. He's having an on and off day here, Tapu Bond, but he ends up with a footy, skipping across the 35-metre line. He'll take that tackle. Walks off the mark. Very short 10 metres here, but as long as he's consistent, the referee trying to get through there is Tommy Green. Smashed to the ground here by this opposite number 7 and Isaac Walker. Now another big body to the line here. The number 10 here, Jakey Pearce. 8 metres inside Emmaus College territory. Carter forward. Look at that. only one way, and that's straight ahead, can't afford. Here's another ball runner, Oberhart. What a set of 6 here from St. Brendan's, or back-to-back sets coming out of the break. It's the last tackle. Not sure whether the back row there at Hines realises it. They're keeping it alive here as Walker. And that's a penalty on the last tackle for a high shot.
Yeah, just slipped up a bit high, that tackle late, but some energy from St. Brendan's in that set. Some of those runners. Ford was there. You've called Oberhart's name several times already in this match, and Banjo Walker getting involved as well. He handled twice in that set as Ford goes straight forward and close to the line.
Ford. Nothing knows left or right. The big fella crashes over Jake Pearce. Well, Ford's been doing the hard work and softening up Emmaus' defence, and over he goes there. There's Jakey Pearce. Happy days for the big fella.
Yeah, that was all set up by that set before as they kept coming down the field and got the penalty on the last tackle. A good first hit up from Ford, and then just a straight crash play to Pearce, who has scored to give Brendan's a chance. As we see the closer angle straight across.
But it was a slow play, the ball too, Michael, and as you can see, he's still taking a turn. He's flat-footed, and then away he goes, just head down right. His face also scored the try. So it finds a bit of grass in his teeth. He'll be happy with that, Jakey Pearce.
And this week we've seen it's been very tough to breach the Emmaus defensive wall. In the first game, Marymount College, who would become semi-finalists, scored 1 try against Emmaus. They lost that game 10-6. Of course, we said Ignatius Park College, Townsville didn't score at all. And in yesterday's semi-final, St. Pat's Mackay scored with about 2 minutes to go. So that wall has held tight. It's a good job from St. Brendan's. That first, the set before that, as we said, had real energy to it. And in the end, they found their way through.
He's spot on, because you have players like Oberhart, Carter Ford, all doing their job, softening up the Emmaus defence, and more important is conversion to take them front 6 points to 4. If you can convert, Tyler Melrose does so. So St. Brendan's lead for the first time.
Yeah, the important 2 points there from Tyler Melrose, who just holding his arm as he comes back, and he's going to come off the field, the number 6, as we see the replay of that try now. So Melrose comes off the field holding his left arm, just as if there might be some type of shoulder problem. He's sitting down now, so there'll be a reshuffle here for Brendan's as Melrose leaves the field and play restarts.
Allowed to bounce.
That is a fortunate bounce there for St. Brendan's. A bit of a lack of communication on the restart. They get out of it very well as Ford drives out as he only knows how to do.
Here comes again. Jakey Pearce. You'll remember that try. He still has a job to do because it's not over yet. Ford again, second carry. What's wrong with him? Just keeps coming. Oberhart.
I was going to say it had to be the Ford-Oberhart combination there. They have been so busy in this
match.
Not
letting anybody else play football here. Michael Croucher, it's just these 3. Last tackle. Marsh, dummy half. Puts it to the air. Does Tommy Green. Chases come through. Oh, that's a courageous take.
Oh, great take there. A shout out to Mark watching from Dallas, Texas. He's cheering for St. Brendan's, and Confro historian Tony Price is watching from a very warm Whitsundays at the moment.
Killing me.
Thanks, Pricey.
From Dallas, Texas. There you go. Fantastic. Globally, Confro. Sammy Durkin. He had to inject himself in this game, Sam Durkin. He's had a whale of a Confro. Mealand over halfway. Now the replacement player, Tyrell Doyle. Good quick play the ball here from Doyle. Adams. Adams just trying to wrestle out that tackle before he lost some more metres. The last tackle says referee ball. Walker puts it in the air. He's on the try line. He's had 1 foot inside the dead ball line, so that will be a 20-metre restart.
Yeah, well taken by Banjo Walker, and he brings it back for the restart. Some good takes. The one from Emmaus before was also very well done. So these players doing well. This is a really big half of footy, maybe the biggest half that they've ever played. A lot hinging on this in terms of Confraternity Shield history. And Brendan's just taking it back out, and those hits are still just as solid on Friday of Confra week.
Yeah, Tekla Parr, one of those plays. What a great pass here. Picked up on the half volley there by Tamoy. Gets over halfway. Running with some vigor. There's Blake Field. Good carry there from Blake Field. Still going this Field. Still going Blake Field. Hasn't been called help. He'll get up and play it. 15 metres out from the try line all of a sudden. Now another back row and Connor Hines. And Hines tries to get his way through the try line. Pops it out the back. The penalty here now for some Brendans.
He played advantage there just with players not getting back on time. And that was that run that put Emmaus on the back foot there. The defensive line didn't get reset. And here's another set of 6.
Field. And that was the man who started that break. Thought he'd be looking for an oxygen bottle. Well, that's just me. What a run it was. He just kept going, waiting for to be called held. He wasn't, so he kept on moving. Tommy Green. Wyville. Still driving forward, Wyville. Peckover makes the tackle, which means the wing is not there. Hip toss to the ground. Penalty. Somebody's might go. It's been a crusher tackle. Back penalties here on Marsh seems to have recovered. Pearce already has one. Shaky Pearce underneath the crossbar. Marsh, crash ball coming through now. Here is Field, denied. Slow to his feet. Sweeping play at the back is with Green. Tommy Green goes over. Will you put that down to the forwards? None more so than Blake Field. He gets his side to the other end here on the half-back, and Tommy Green goes over.
Yeah, St. Brendan's hits back. They had the try early, and they just build that pressure through the middle again. Those big bodies just keep carrying that ball up. They get Emmaus on the back foot, and they had numbers out here to the left, and Green takes advantage of a defensive line that had lost confidence there with the way they were matching up. Deserve a try for St. Brendan's. Lovely little halfback. Jean can score through the gap, and St. Brendan's build themselves a lead here as we see the reverse angle of that through an Emmaus wall that's held so tight, but there's just been pressure after pressure, and they'll have to rest that momentum back here, Emmaus, as they had it in the first half, and Brendan's get it here.
Well, it all goes back to that inspirational run there from Blake Field. He just kept going. Probably ended up with about a 30-metre run at the end there. Had no right to get that far downfield. Then they get a penalty as well, Michael Crutcher. And Emmaus, as you said, struggling to stay onside. Unfortunately, Sammy Durkin tried to cut down Tommy Green, but he stood up. Tommy Green, as we've seen not for the first time, a number 7 just weed their magic. But as I said in the call there, he's got to thank the forwards to set that one up for him.
Yeah, this will be interesting to see how Emmaus hits back. They've been so good this carnival. Even before this carnival, they've really played for each other. That wall's held tight, and even in that set there, you see the big men repelled those forward drives, but then they were just stretched too far on their own right-hand side. So the commitment is there from Emmaus. St. Brendan's too good on that occasion, but there's a lot of footy left here.
Yeah. Again, I remember it's the 6th game for these fellas, so strikes it, goes to the left-hand side, upright.
Yeah, here's a replay of this try from the sideline camera as Emmaus just fanned out desperately to their right, but the gap was there. Tommy Green good enough to take advantage of that as we get set here for the last 18 minutes. I think that clock says.
I don't want to stop.
It's
Just
just,
keep going. How good's Confraternity?
it feels as though it was about yesterday that we were on Monday morning getting ready to welcome another big carnival. It's almost over.
Forward. Yeah, Mount Maria started things off here on day one. Just does seem like yesterday on Monday morning. Here they come, St Brendan's. They've been here before. Field gets up. He's been strong now with Marsh. Marsh, till you put me down, I'm not going to stop running. Gets over halfway, pops one in the face up from Barclay.
You can just see the momentum going their way. Braylon Marsh, he made a dart earlier in that set that led to the try. He's running again here, the son of PJ Marsh, and he's going to cause that defence some trouble if they can't crack down. And this is what Emmaus didn't want. Brendan's on the roll again.
Blake Field, he's got some claret from his lip. Get that ball off the field. He has got some claret, but wash that away with a bit of water. This is a tight 10, isn't it? See Wyville. It's been consistent though there from referee Ball. Marsh, dummy half. Who wants it? Who doesn't want it? Oberhart! Quick play the ball. Marsh to the right-hand side. Wobbly off pass picked up in the half volley there by Walker. Try in the corner. If he's going to put it down here, the referee will award the try. Checks with the touch judge first. And referee Ball will award the try to St Brendan's in back-to-back tries.
Well, the defence from Emmaus that had held so tight, St Brendan's has overpowered it with 3 quick tries, and that one from the very quick play the ball from Field. It seems that he was reaching out for the line and then he was playing the ball, and off the back of that there was a clunky pass, but they picked that up and got to the corner. As we see the replay, that quick play the ball comes there and out they go towards the right. Walker again, and there's the try in the corner, and Brendan's have taken control of this game. Just when it seemed there wasn't much of a way through the Emmaus defence, they found a way with just hitting that ball down the middle, getting penalties, taking field position and building momentum to have a lead of 14 points to 4. A very important lead. 15 minutes to go in this match. Maybe 16. The clock is just a bit difficult to see with the sun on it.
Yeah, and Nasta Tamboy was the try scorer. Corner there. But you can see what St Brendan's are doing, and it's just what rugby league's all set up. It's about softening up the middle with their forwards and then sending it wide. Conversion, they've been successful. And they're doing very, very well, St Brendan's. They've been here before, as I've mentioned, but they're just throwing people like Field at the line, Oberhart, Ford.
Yeah, they've got some very strong runners just running straight and hard, testing that Emmaus defence and just getting it on the back foot.
Good vision there to actually have to cut that ball, find the man unmarked there, and Nasta Tamboy scores a try, passing from left to right. Not an easy thing to do, especially in these conditions. So, see, here he comes again. Well, the word is if he doesn't get the footy, he's going home. So Ford just keeps on carrying it. Oberhart, Ford, and Field.
And of
and
course,
you're chucking this guy as well in Brunker.
They're really
just bully boys. These St Brendan's players. Ford again. I haven't got enough bruises on me.
Just keep lining up here one after the other, these different body shapes to go forward.
Jordan Wyville says, hang on a second, I want to have a party of this, and he goes with a carry, but unfortunately has a knock on right on 30.
Their first blemish there for St Brendan's for a while, but it was a blemish on the last tackle, so it wasn't as though that keeps them in their own territory. So a chance for Emmaus. They'll be happy just to not be tackling, I'd imagine, after that wave of tackling that they have done.
Shout out to Matty Hogan for the Bulls Masters, shooting in as well. Matthew, you're supposed to be doing some work today, young man. I know your workload is massive, but to be able to watch Confro means you must love your footy. So Emmaus College, look, 14 points to 4. 12 and a half minutes remaining. Need to get down the other end there. As Michael Crutcher mentioned, their defence has been the key to their season, or this carnival, I should say. Now they need to show some points.
Well, St Brendan's will know too, the last time these two teams met, Emmaus finished very fast and won in the dying minutes of that game. So
this is what's needed. This is what needed. Emmaus have got to do what St Brendan's have been doing. Use their muscle up the middle. Lining up now is Milan. He wants to have a crack. Penalty. Ooh. Look out. I'll take the tap. Milan wants to have a crack. No, it's going to give it a hand to Lopetti, and Lopetti hasn't given up. Milan to the right. Doesn't go that way. Goes to the big number 20. Zach Adams gets the offload. Look out. Prop forward, charging towards the line. Nothing better to see here. And Milan will be cut down and shoveled into the turf. That'll be a penalty. It got him above the horizontal. And, well, I hope he likes his greens, Bailey Milan, because it's just a mouthful of grass.
yeah, Bailey Milan's been a key to Emmaus' success. Just a real anchor in the front row, the co-captain for Emmaus Rockhampton. As a player is called out here, Diesel Brunker.
He's got 10. Is that 5 or still 10?
Yeah, it's 60-minute game.
Interesting.
It'll be 60-minute game. It'll be 10 minutes. The 40-minute games have been 5 minutes in the sin bin. But we'll just double check on that now as Diesel Brunker comes off and a little door opens here potentially for Emmaus. What can Brendan's do?
So, first body at the line is Adams, and a penalty to somebody else. Marking offence. So, just a little bit of stop-start here. Emmaus would like a little bit more continuity to structure something. Adams will get up and play it. Walker, Carpenter, good tackle around the ankles there by Waters. Back row now with Nillan. Doesn't get through there, does Nillan. Defence is solid from St Brendan's at the moment. That's that man Lopetti again.
Get up! Get up!
Numbers out to the left. Emmaus, catch and pass. Surely there's a try in the corner. Back inside. Oh, he's going to be wrapped up. Cover defence from St Brendan's strong. Last play. Walker, crossfield kick. Flying high. Oh, just unfortunately doesn't take it. It's going to be a penalty inside the 10. He's in front of the kicker. Gets the call from the touch judges, referee ball. And that'll be a relieving penalty here for St Brendan's.
Yeah. Good effort there by St Brendan's, and that kick hasn't gone out. So the kick hasn't gone out, and here goes Emmaus back on the charge.
So it's a 5 minutes. She's got the call from the sideline here. It's a 5 minutes in the sin bin. So St Brendan's are down to 12 men for another 3 minutes, I calculate. Barnes. Milan. Oh, he goes over. He's a big man. He's a strong man. Milan converts. You can tell he's happy, and the Emmaus boys get around him. Importantly, it's underneath the crossbar. This will be all locked up.
Oh, we've had a game of big men going through the middle, and there goes one of the most inspirational for Emmaus. Bailey Milan, the co-captain, gets the ball. Just that defence wasn't quite set the way it should be. The gap opened, and he was good enough to charge over and, with some desperation, slams that ball down.
Look at him. Beats the chest.
Against
Tarzan's come to Confro.
Against the 12-man St Brendan's team. Just down that player in the middle, and Milan and his Emmaus teammates take advantage. And you're right, John, so important to get that ball close to the post today. Just clicked under 10 minutes to go in this match. We said before that Emmaus and Brendan's, when they last played, Emmaus stormed home in that match. They're a tough team. They haven't got this far in Confro without showing some resilience this week. And the front rower and co-captain leads the way.
Well, kudos to the defender underneath that man, because I'm sure when Bailey Millen got up, that player may have actually ejected a lung. Such just the big fella just pounded on him. He was able to get the right arm out and promote the footy to score the line. Have a look at this, Michael Crutcher. Nothing better than seeing a 10 score. There's a player underneath there.
Yeah.
Just gets his right wing out.
Yeah, Carter Ford just coming across from marker there as well, trying to cover that area that was vacant. Mealand good enough to get there, and St Brendan's just as well confirming how long it is. Referee telling them 5 minutes out there, so we've got that straight now.
So away we go again, Emmaus after points.
So we'll need to see with about 8 minutes to go in this game. There's 8 minutes. This is where some of these turning points in this game become so vital. St Brendan's didn't find the kick for touch before. That gave Emmaus the chance to lay the platform for the try, and Emmaus want to have a really good set from the restart here, and they're getting close to halfway.
Nyland strong, the number 12, almost to the halfway line. Puts the kick on, everybody's on side here, turns around, Banjo Walker finally picks it up on his 10-metre line and chases. Okay, loses the footy. Oh, turning point. Doyle comes up the footy, Walker's down, clock stops.
Clock stops with 7 minutes to go.
Well, it hasn't. It should have been, the clock should have stopped.
Yeah, clock hasn't stopped at the moment here. It's still ticking. So Banjo Walker getting some attention as that ball comes loose. We're about to restart play here now.
So back to 13 on 13.
The clock eventually did stop here, so we've got 6 minutes 46 to go with Emmaus with a fresh set in Brendan's territory. Another big test here. Diesel Brunker back out there.
We'll wait for the 55 trainers to come off the field. Time back on, away we go. Strap yourselves in. Barclay. Oh, thought better of that. Look out. Mealand. Oh, props combining in the middle here. Turamio's come back out in the park. Wants to join his fellow front rower in the try-scoring column. Barnes to Walker. Now Carpenter reaching for it. Goes without it, unfortunately. There's Peck over. And that'll be a knock-on, so Brendan survive.
Yeah, we're getting deep now into Confro week, and those passes just not executed as Emmaus would have liked it. The cover from Brendan's was flashing across, but it would have been a race to the corner if they had. If we just see this replay, they had gone through the middle. They just decided they'd just go on a play out the back here with Carpenter coming in, but just not finding his winger where he needed that ball. So Brendan's with a chance now.
It's a tall man, Mason Brendan's. I'll let you try and read that clock. Ford finds his shoulder there, Tarima.
I've got about 5.5 to go, but it could be 6.5. I think it's 5.5 it is.
There you go. Way through there, they have a 4-point lead. St Brendan's.
Every one of these finals has been a nail-biter across Confrat week. It's been a really good carnival for competitive teams.
Yeah. And all games as well, including women's high shot penalty. So St Brendan's will get another set of 6 on the 30-metre line. You see, crazy. Jake Oberhart about to come back out of the park here.
It just seems that this game just goes from end to end with penalties and teams trying to make the most of that position. We've got just under 5 minutes to go now, and this is a great chance for St Brendan's.
It hasn't been excessive from the referees, just applied the penalties when they're blatant. There haven't been 50-50 calls, and I've really liked referee Ball's adjudication here this afternoon. Carter Ford, 80 now from the try line, trying to put this thing to bed, and here comes Jakey Pearce for like a double. Jakey Pearce, he had an arm free there. Support play wasn't quite there. Marsh. Might have gone around his own player there, but he's going to take the tackle there as Oberhart. 8 out from the try line. St Brendan's. Numbers out to the right-hand side. They've pushed, tries to that corner. Hines is pulled down. So St Brendan's believe they got opportunities against the left-hand defence of Emmaus. Now it's the last, says referee Hall. Ball, I should say. Ooh. Green. Crossfield kick. Needs to take it on the full. Who's touched that? Referee's going to have a look to the touch judge to see if he awards a try to Isaiah Waters. And Waters is going to come up with a try. Is that the try that seals Confraternity for 2023 for St Brendan's?
3 minutes and 30 seconds to go, and that could be the try that delivers the 14th Confraternity Shield to St Brendan's. The kick went up there. They had numbers out here. Emmaus were compressed, and they tried to bat that ball over the back. It sits up, and that looks like a fair try. Referee right there, touch judge there.
Yep.
And that could be the try that gets St Brendan's over the line with the clock ticks down.
Well, thankfully we don't have the bucket because we could be here all day.
We could be.
Sorting out here, but let the touchies and the referee decide that one. I think it's a fair call. St Brendan's, well, Emmaus College, been strong. Maybe a bridge too far now for the men from Rockhampton. This conversion being lined up here by Banjo Walker, who seems to miraculously have recovered earlier. It looks like he was going to be...
He's copped some bumps, and he's just got up and kept going.
Very hobbled there for a while. He strikes this one, and it's going to go to the right-hand side, but that's just 18 points to 10. Just have a look at this replay with 2.5 minutes to go here.
Yeah, that was a right option too. They were stretched, but you had to send it with a kick. They did, and it just fell the right way for them, and they've tried to go through the middle. They've gone around, they've gone to the air, and they've got the tries that other teams haven't been able to get against Emmaus Rocky this week as a short restart is applied.
Marsh flies higher, takes the footy, less than 2 minutes remaining. There won't be any quick play. The ball's been one out stuff. Oberhart's been strong. Go through. I believe is strong. This man forward. Pearce. Oberhart. Blake Field. All been very strong ball carriers here for St Brendan's. They've platformed this win with good go forward. The backs of ice the cake. Here's forward. Tries the Tamwoy, Tommy Green, shaky Pearce. It's the last tackle. Puts it to the air. Chases come through. Oh, is he in the air? But anyway, the tackle's going to be deemed to be legal.
The last minute now, and a chance for Emmaus to try to bring this ball out. They've had a fantastic carnival, Emmaus. They've set the pace. They've got some wins that they should be really proud of. The win against St Pat's Mackay yesterday was an epic win. They were going for their first Confraternity Shield, and they have had a super carnival, and they should be really proud. St Brendan's, Yapoon, we said no team has won more shields than Brendan's. They come with that expectation every year. In the last 3 years, they've had heartbreak. In 2019 in Bundaberg, they led Padua 18-0 in the quarter-final and didn't reach the semi-final. We had 20 and 21 didn't reach finals because of COVID. Last year, they drew
20.
Last year, they drew Ignatius Park College in the semi-final, and it was an epic semi-final. They lost that 12-6. Ignatius Park went on to win. This year, they've got their way through as the siren's about to go.
40-20 kick. Emmaus will end up with a footy in hand here, but St Brendan's will end up with a shield. They have won this contest, and in convincing fashion in the end there, 18 points to 10. St Brendan's from Yapoon adds some more silverware to the cabinet. You've got to feel for Emmaus College in their first final. They'll learn a lot from that. As Michael Crutcher said, should be proud of their progress through this carnival. But at the end of the day, it was just a comprehensive win to St Brendan's.
Yeah, they deserved it, St Brendan's. They found a way through that defence, and they did it with that repetition through the middle of those big men, just kept lining up time after time. But both teams can be so proud of this. It's St Brendan's trophy number 14, and the first one since 2015. Scott Minto has done a great job with this team and this coaching staff, as has Mitch Smith and the team from Emmaus. These teams know each other well. Some players are back next year, of course. Others will finish. They'll leave year 12. But we talk about some really good Confraternity Carnival finals. This is one of them, one we'll remember for some time.
Well,
the main field.
That went way too quickly, this carnival.
For the official
well done to St Brendan's.
It certainly did. Remember last year Ignatius Park beat St Pat's Mackay in a bit of a lopsided final.
Yeah.
We didn't get the decider we thought. In the end, the Iggy Park St Brendan's semi was a real moment in that carnival today. It came down to this as we look at some of these highlights from this half. There was that run around for Emmaus. These are the games. These are the tries from the whole game. That was that early part there with Hone coming around, and then
this man Pearce just bang, get out of my way.
Yeah, this was the first of the 3 tries for St Brendan's that came, and they came quickly.
Tommy Green, turning point there, and then this one, good wingers try here to Tamwoy.
Yeah, that was off the quick play, the ball from field in the middle after his work.
This opened it all up here as we saw Nealon go charging through there, promotes the footy right in front, 6 points to the board, and then put to bed here, crossfield kick, and a try there to Zaya Waters, and that is full time, and the shield is going to Yeppoon, not for the first time. Michael Crutcher. Well, about 1 billion people have converged onto the main field here at St Lawrence's College. Congratulations to St Lawrence's for a wonderful carnival, and it's been well run, no issues, weather's been fine, the grounds have been fantastic, and at the end of the day it's about the young men and young women coming together, enjoying each other's company on and off the field. And what a carnival. You can see the Yeppoon boys enjoying every moment of this win. Congratulations to the green and gold.
Yeah, well done. Great carnival. Well done to Queensland Independent Secondary Schools Rugby League. They've had another fantastic carnival. So many memories to take out of this carnival. Both trophies go back to Central Queensland. The girls' shield to Rocky from the Cathedral College. The boys' shield goes to Yeppoon of St Brendan's. And next year, we'll meet in Townsville next year, and we'll do it all again to see who's going to take the shield next year. Some really good moments as well. Columba winning the Division 2 final. And of course Marist Ashgrove winning the carnival, winning the Bob Linder Trophy. So there's been some great moments, some fantastic finals. Well done, John Devine, to you. You have not missed a game. Called them the whole way to the Red Corner team. The production has been flawless again. Red Corner do a wonderful job with their broadcasting, and we've been able to bring these games to people around the world. We've had literally tens of thousands of people tune in this week. They've come from all parts, and it's great to showcase schoolboy and schoolgirl footy in this way, in the spirit of confraternity. That's the important thing here. It's not just about who wins or loses, it's about that spirit that has permeated 43 of these carnivals now. We've had it here again this week. Games played in such great spirit, and getting us to the point where, yeah, they're winners and losers, but players, 1,300 of them, a lot of them will take these memories for life.
Michael Crutcher, thank you very much. It's been a pleasure. On behalf of myself, John Devine, and all our co-commentators during Confraternity, we thank you very much, and we're going to go to the presentation. Thanks for your time. We'll see you next year.